everyone, this is Angelica. This video is called Tending to Your Own Garden. What does that mean? It basically means mind your own business. And I don't say that in a derogatory way, but when you mind your own business and you tend to your own affairs and you tend to your own inner healing and you tend to your own situation, things usually transform and change very quickly. You know, I've always it took me a long time to learn this because I was always a giver. So I was always interested in what's everybody else doing? What does everybody else need? What can I get them? You know, and always taking the attention off of myself. It was really hard for me to look within and tend to myself because I always thought people needed a lot of help. But really, I needed a lot of help. And so I've learned to take care of myself, take care of my own situation. If other people are going through things, okay, people go through things, but people have an ability to heal their own situation. People have the ability to fix themselves. Nobody needs to come in and save anybody. Everybody's on a path where they can get the help they need, but they need to take it to God, or they need to take it to their higher self, or they need to go within and find the answers. Yes, people can be helpful, but no one else can truly help you but you. So being a giver, and a lot of you are givers, it's important for you to spend that time on yourself. And actually, this can be a really good technique in giving, okay? So if you're a giver, sometimes giving is covered up at what's underneath that, okay? It's covering up you not wanting to feel your own emotional pain and actually move into that and heal that. So my technique over the past years, or most of my life, is what I did is I took the spotlight off of my own stuff by helping others. And I was never really looking at myself. I was just just going through life, like, you know, totally detaching from what I needed by seeing what everyone else needed and making sure that they had that. Now, obviously, you can see that that's not a good thing, and I have gotten way better with that. And I moved more into my own self, more into my own space. I actually love being alone. Being alone for me is fantastic. It's like my favorite thing in the world because I get to be with me and I get to spend time with myself and see what I'm needing. Before, though, say several years ago, if I was by myself, I would get frantic because I didn't have anybody to help or save or fix. Now, I'm still really into helping others, obviously. However, it's not so extreme anymore because I focus on myself. And by focusing on ourselves, this is how we heal the planet. We heal the planet by healing this, healing ourselves, moving into our own feelings and tending to our own garden. And when we tend to our own garden and do those things that are good for us, that emanates out as a light. And that energy helps heal others automatically. And this is the only way that the planet's going to heal. We're really not going to heal anything by trying to fix other people's problems or by seeing what other people are doing and basing what we're doing on what they're doing. So, you know, I would suggest that you go within yourself through meditation, through spending some time with yourself on some long walks through nature, finding out what it is that you really need for your life. What is it that's important to you deep, deep down? And you may have to uncover this because you may seem that you need or want something in your logical mind. However, if you go deeper and deeper and deeper, what you really, really need is under there, and it's going to take a long time to really feel into what that actually is. Because we come here, like I said before in prior videos, taking on patterning from our family, from society, and it kind of just attaches itself to our energy. Just from living on this planet, just from going to the store, being an empath and being open to energies and being on the spiritual path and having this ability to be open to these energies makes them kind of attached to us. But you have to start getting really clear. And when you start doing the work on yourself, you get really strong. And when you get really strong, other people's stuff is seen to you very clearly. And then you recognize what you want for your life, and nothing outside of you can shake you in that. And you're very strong in your purpose, in your mission, the way that you want your life to be. And, it brings joy and light to the planet in being that way. And then you can share with others in a happy way. However, I've struggled with doing more for myself and then feeling a little bit of guilt about that. Again, because this is the way that I've always been. And when you've been a certain way for so many years, it's kind of hard to change and, do something different. But I'm asking you right now, if you have a problem with not tending to your own self and making sure yourself is right, then you're not healing really. You're not growing. And this can be the cause for a lot of projections, which I was talking about in the video that I did about projections. So when you're not tending to your own garden, when you're not looking within yourself, when you're not healing yourself, you'll tend to project on others. So you'll see the problems with other people. You'll see the problems with other people's lives. However, if you're dealing with your own situation, you won't necessarily be looking for, problems on an outer level, because you'll know where they come from. Problems don't come from the outside. Problems come from a lack of inner balance, a lack of tending to your own garden. And when you do that enough and you put enough love into yourself and you add enough joy and you bring those things in that you're wanting and take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, then things on the outside, you'll know why they occur. They occurred because you've done the work on an inner level. But if bad things happen on an outer level, you'll know where that comes from. That comes from, oops, I wasn't tending to my own self. I wasn't tending to my own garden and, weeding out the weeds, working through the emotional stuff, sitting with yourself and really feeling into what it is that needs to happen for you. So if you're having struggles in life, or you're finding it very difficult to manage things on an outer level, think back to the thoughts. Think back to what created these circumstances on an outer level. Things don't often manifest right away. Manifestation occurs when something has been solidified within your energy field. So you almost have to think of a thought over and over and over again, or have an energetic resonance with something of fear over and over and over again for it actually to take shape on an outer level. So if you just have a negative thought, that's okay. Of course, don't project it on anyone else. Then let it go and change the thought. Don't think the same thought over and over again. If something or fear or something is coming up in you over and over again, try to work with that and try to turn that around and make that into something, more light and positive. Because you create your reality. So there is no truth except for what you are bringing in your own vibration to an outer level. And the outer will match up with whatever's going on an inner level. So I hope that makes sense. So minding your own business is a really good idea. Trying to not go and find problems with what everybody else is doing is a really good idea, because that's just going to solidify your own emotional pain. It's going to solidify your situation in what it is. And it just means that you're not going within and loving yourself fully like you should. So the best advice I can give today is to mind your own business, stay within yourself, stay present within yourself, love yourself, do those things that are important to you. If other people are pulling you, like this happens to me sometimes, people pull me energetically and I want to help because that's my old programming. That's my old self being like, oh, I got to help everyone. But no, people don't really need my help in that way. They never wanted it anyway. It was just my reflection that I had to deal with my own stuff. And I do that all the time now. However, back then I didn't. I did never. And then I wondered why, things happened the way they did. And I wondered why people did the things they did. Well, now I know why. Because I wasn't putting the focus on myself and I wasn't feeding myself the love and light that I needed. Okay, I think that's all I want to say about that today, but I hope you are having a fantastic day. I love you all so very much, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.